What's up guys, it's me again, and today we're going to be talking about just my impressions from playing the Shenmue 1 and 2 re-release. Now before we begin this video, this is not a review, this is merely an impressions video, and Sega did send me early access to the games on Steam, so everything I'm talking about is the PC version. I'm running it on a 1060 with 16 gigs of RAM, and I think like a 6th gen i5 processor. If you want to see a really good review of the re-release, I would suggest checking out Happy Console Gamer's review. I just watched it before recording this, and I was like, oh, he does a pretty good job at breaking down a lot of the things. So this video that I'm making is going to be a little more focused on the stuff that I like about Shenmue, and how that's represented in the re-release. So yeah, I guess let's begin and I'll talk about it. So the first thing I want to mention is this is a collection of Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. This is a port, it is not a remaster, it is a re-release of the games, and what that means is it's pretty much what you played on the Dreamcast and the original Xbox, just brought over to the newer platforms. Now, there are some pretty cool additions and things that were added. First thing is the graphics. They added a bunch of effects that weren't seen on the Dreamcast, and like one of the things that becomes really apparent is there is a bloom effect, which makes everything look really nice. I personally like it. Now in the options menu you can shut this off if you don't want it, which is cool. I'm playing it with the bloom, which in my opinion looks pretty cool. The other addition is the widescreen capability during the gameplay. On the Dreamcast, via emulation and also by kind of hacking the game a bit, you can get a widescreen look, but you'll see that when things go out of the 4:3 render window, you can see the game removing textures, but in this one that doesn't happen, so that's really cool. I guess another addition that I noticed was obviously the new UI, the new QTE buttons, and yeah, so visually the game looks prettier, but it's relatively the same that you had. There are some textures that look like maybe they were reworked a bit, and then there's also some textures that you can see that are still like, you know, kind of the Dreamcast textures, just kind of upscaled. So overall, I think it looks nice for a port. It looks pretty good. I like it. It is locked at 30 frames a second. On my computer, I didn't really have any like stuttering issues or anything like that, which was pretty cool. So overall, stability-wise, I'm pretty happy with the port. And like just graphic-wise, like I said, pretty happy about it. So for the gameplay, I'm happy to say that it looks like a lot of what I would have liked to see is there. Obviously we have like the gameplay from the original games, but now in Shenmue 2 you have the ability to skip cutscenes even if you haven't watched them yet. Back in the older versions, or the original versions I should say, you would have had to see the cutscene in Shenmue 2 at least once to be able to skip it, but now you can just skip it. In Shenmue 1 this is not the case, in Shenmue 2 it is, and that is a very welcomed addition, especially to someone like myself who has played the game, sorry I'm so excited right now, who has played the games so many times that there are some cutscenes that I sometimes skip just because, you know, they take a while and I already know what's going to happen. So, as in my adult life, you know, time is of the essence. It is what it is. So that's really cool. I'm happy to say that all the glitches that you would use in Shenmue 1 to do like speedrunning, they all seem to exist. I was able to do the Dobita Stair glitch. I was able to do the Shenmue 2 sign glitch that allow you to like skip loading zones and stuff. Here you can see me running around with Ryo's bag because I was able to skip the cutscene where it gets stolen, which is pretty cool. So that's really nice. When it comes to the skip... There's a car outside. Sorry about that. When it comes to the skip disc 1 glitch, which you use the stair glitch and then go out of bounds and run all the way around Dobita to jump on the bus before you're supposed to, I actually couldn't recreate that glitch. I noticed that when you're trying to pivot through the wall, it kind of stops you a little bit. But maybe that's just I had bad luck, or maybe the code is updated to where that doesn't work anymore. I don't know. But to me, I think it still does. I'm just really bad at doing it. So, as like a super fan of the series, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the re-release. I think it's really cool. I think it's amazing that it exists on current consoles. I think you know, the fact that it's on PC is amazing. Yeah, so like it's just a part of me still can't believe that it exists, which is mind-blowing. That's for a different video. From a modding standpoint, I have started to look into how some of the mods I do on the Dreamcast can be ported over to the re-release. I haven't quite figured that out yet, so maybe a future video on that. And yeah, so you know, please go out, support the re-release, and as always, thanks for watching.